Hello everybody and welcome back to Hearts of Iron, where we are currently in a slightly awkward position here thanks to the United Mexican States landing over here. Hopefully we'll be able to do something about that, but this army is honestly not great at that. We'll get these guys over here cleaned up hopefully pretty soon, and we'll redirect this army over, for sure. It's only 21 divisions, but it should be enough. And then these guys, they're going to come up here and start attacking in Central America, is the overall plan over here. So we're just trying to contain this for now. Now, we don't really have much of coverage along our North European coast, and I kind of want to do some consolidation of our garrison forces here. I feel like this is a bit ridiculous. I have no idea who's going where or what's happening. So this is going to be renamed to the simply South American Coast Guard, like that. And they will be responsible for protecting this entire coast. Now they're going to need additional units here, obviously. They need 143 in total, but that's okay. These guys should be moved into this theater as they're an active combat unit. They're not a garrison unit. Similarly, these guys should be moved to this theater for now. And these guys, what are they currently doing? They're in area defense, so they should be moved back to the Coast Guard. I don't want to move them into that army, I just want to assign them to the Coast Guard theater for right now. These guys are temporarily going to be moved over into the second theater. I'm just trying to do a little bit of organization here. And these guys are going to be moved into this theater as well. Okay, so we've got our South American Coast Guard. These guys, I'm going to leave them as is. I was thinking about having them be included in the South American Coast Guard. I think they're really going to be more the Central American Coast Guard, but I don't really want them leaving Cuba at this time because I have a feeling that they'll be intercepted. So we're just going to pull this out of this order and we'll tell them just hold Cuba for right now. So they are going to be the Cuban Coast Guard, and that'll do for now. Excellent. So these guys over here, I kind of want to make this be like continent-wide. And there's also, looks like, a state that we could remove here. Yeah, so we can remove this state, and this one as well, actually. Any others? No, but we are going to want to extend this, and we're going to want to combine this together with this unit up here. If I can select them. Yeah, these guys here. So we're going to merge those together, like so. And we're going to assign a few new regions here. Oh, game is unpaused. I don't want that right now. We're going to assign a few new regions here. These guys are assigned to what exactly? Oh, right. I want to select all of these and move them into here. Yes, that is correct. And then we're going to area defend, like so. So their goal is to be an area defense across basically the entire European coast, which is going to be quite overextended for them. I'm aware of this, but we're going to have this be a single unit, and for right now, they will also garrison this up here. And what are we going to define as the edge of Europe? Well, it's kind of a nebulous concept over here, as far as I'm concerned. And I'm not going to really use political lines. We'll probably just make something up, in all honesty. Okay, we're also going to need to protect the south of Europe over here. So it will be something along the lines of this, although we don't have control over this. So technically it will be more like so. And we will eventually control all of Italy, so we'll throw all of that in there. Okay, and is this river navigable? I don't think it is. Okay, so we would come down along here, and we would definitely Coast Guard all of Greece as part of Europe. We'll call that part of Europe as well. There's this over here. I'm going to call this part of Asia, though. Which technically means that this might be part of Asia? I don't know. We'll include this as Europe, I think, but this over here will be Asia. I'm kind of making some arbitrary decisions here. And sure, I guess that's all going to be considered part of Europe. So we're going to garrison up this way, and we're going to need to combine together a bunch of these. And at some point over here, we're going to have to determine enough is enough. And I think that we're going to head down over here and call it something... Actually, no. I think we're going to set the line here. Like I said, it's arbitrary. And as far as up here goes, we'll set the line... Well, perhaps over here. Which would include, like, Crimea. So something like this, perhaps, would be the line? Yeah, and then we'll have it be something like so. That does actually have to be garrisoned. Okay, so we're just going to work through these for a while here, and there's quite a bit that needs to be done, of course. And we'll need to combine together a fair number of units. But that's fine. So we'll just do something like this. There. I think that's what we'll call our European Coast Guard. I missed something here, didn't I? Yes, I did. Okay. That'll be the European Coast Guard. We're not really considering England for right now. Kind of considering that its own thing because it's off on an island, of course. So for purposes of this setup, we'll do like that. And we'll also grab those. May as well also grab this Free Republic and put it in there. Even though we don't have the territory, we'll put those in just for now. Okay. Something along the lines of that. And Army 6 will, of course, become renamed to the European Coast Guard. Okay, now that needs 462 divisions. So there's a number of these that are going to be folded into that, although the Cuban Coast Guard is not one of them. This army over here, what are they assigned to? Interesting. Very interesting. Are they assigned... No, seriously, what is their order here? Okay, so they're just assigned over here. This is no longer necessary, and so they will simply be moved into the European Coast Guard. Okay, these guys up here are really more part of the Asian Coast Guard, and got some real awkward borders going on over here. This isn't surprising. This isn't surprising at all. These guys are cut off. I mean, we don't have enough troops over here. We're kind of giving up on Asia for now, and we'll grind our way back across Asia later, is the overall concept. Okay, so these guys, we're just going to move over here, and we're going to be like, you're part of the Asian Coast Guard. We're not too worried about you just yet. Okay, these guys over here. They should probably be backed off on a few of these locations. And yeah, we'll go ahead and back them off, say, that is actually necessary. Now, all of these are actually necessary. Okay. So this is going to be our Arabian Coast Guard. We're not too concerned about it right now. There we go. These guys should be folded into our European Coast Guard. Absolutely. Okay. These guys should also be folded into our European Coast Guard. These guys are just kind of chilling, and that's fine. Our South African Coast Guard can remain where it's at. And this is all fine for now. So we'll call this our South, capital A, African Coast Guard. There we go. These guys, I mean, we've basically lost Turkey. I'm going to try to fold them into our European Coast Guard. We'll see if they can get out of there. I kind of doubt it. And then these guys are South African, of course. These are North African Coast Guard. That's fine. North African Coast Guard. And these guys, yeah, they're our Asian unit over here. And I'm just going to go ahead and tell them to area defend all of this. Just everything up there. That's your job. I know that you probably can't pull it off. Okay. Can we do any prospecting? The answer is no, and that's fine. Okay. So we're making fantastic gains in Europe. What we're not doing is making that many gains elsewhere. So that's something to consider. Now, it looks like the Republic of Cayenne is about to fall. And that's wonderful. We're very, very happy about that one. These guys will be retasked as soon as that happens. Okay, how long until we actually arrive there? It's going to be some time. I'm going to remove the orders. I'm going to tell this unit to manually walk there. And everyone else, we're going to task them to come over here. And they will offensive line like so. Once they arrive, we can retask this existing force back into the Coast Guard. And I want to ensure that these guys are still marching into Cayenne. They are indeed. Excellent. But the rest, we're going to have them head on over. They punched out over this way, but I don't think that they're going to be able to hold that. The Federal Republic of Venezuela is holding us off a bit. We only have 20 troops here. We might repurpose some of these over here to come up here and fill that out to full strength. But for right now, that'll be fine. And I do want to check in on what's going on with our army group over here. So it looks like they have arrived at this front line by and large. So that's great. We are then going to immediately pull all of these troops down over here. I want to finish up this Italian front. So we'll position like so. That's controlled by the Swiss coalition. Hang on. This front line is really weird, right? Yeah, this front line is really weird. We don't want that front line. We want this front line. Okay. So all of them will come on down here, and they will offensive line. Honestly? What does that look like? Does that fill in the heel of the boot over there, as it were? No, we'll have to get that manually. Okay, that's fine. So we're going to reinforce this over here, and our army groups are now pushing in up this way. That's fantastic. And we're continuing to push in on Sweden as well. So we're definitely lacking in some Coast Guard units, but that's not surprising. And we're just going to have to hope at this point. I do want to maybe get some of our naval troops. We do have solid naval control over, well, not super solid, but okay naval supremacy over here. We might be okay up this way. Maybe. We'll see. These guys are trying to evac. We'll see how successful they are. And in the meantime, there goes the Republic of Cayenne. That's fantastic. So they're attempting to do naval invasion, I guess? But as soon as this is over, that unit will get redirected. Yep, there it goes. And I want to make absolutely certain that we are garrisoning that. Yes, we are. Okay, sounds good. And these troops will arrive over at this front soon enough. And, well, what's going on here? That shouldn't be an autosave. That was just a big ol' spike. Okay. I'm not sure what they were calculating there. Something, for sure. Okay, this is an infantry division. Now, we know that this unit here is short an infantry and a tank division. So let's get an infantry division over there. Hopefully we make it without the unit being sunk. And we have 3 infantry divisions that I would like to use to then fill out some of these units over here. Specifically, I want it to be this army. So let's use all 3 of these to get up there. Excellent. We do need additional offensive armies, there's no doubt about it, and helping bulk these up will be good. This is a 44 strength. This one should actually, at this point, be switched into the European Coast Guard. There we go. They should go man that. That'll be fine. I want to see... We are attacking over here at Danzig. That looks fine. How are our supplies looking on this front? Absolutely wonderful, in fact. We're doing magnificently on supplies. How are we doing on our actual logistics? We're still short on anti-air. But otherwise, we're doing pretty well. So let's see what we've got going on with our anti-air right now. Okay. Do we have any free military factories? Not currently, but I'm going to double our anti-air production as we get more military factories. We're short on anti-air, and we want to fix that for sure. We do have free dockyards, apparently. We're pretty short on steel right now. We expect that to come up over time. But for right now, we are short on steel. So I don't think that's that big of a deal. We shouldn't have free naval dockyards. Should we? Or are these just indicating... No, we shouldn't have free naval dockyards. Okay. Good to know. We're starting to get some awkward fronts over here like this, and then there's this up here in the Polish Republic. We do expect the Polish Republic to capitulate fairly soon, but here's the question. How long can we keep this up? That is a question, right? Our manpower is very low. We are gaining 30k per month now, so that's nice. That said, I'm going to cut this down to 2 divisions of infantry and 2 divisions of armor. That will free up some extra manpower, but I'm concerned that we don't have enough manpower flowing to the fronts. And we may want to think at some point about bumping up to all adult serve. Now, we need a lot of war support for that to happen. And that's rough. Are we running a war prop right now? I think we're not. I'm not seeing anything in here. So I think we can run this, but we're under the effects of the bug. So we're going to do decision.no checks. We're going to subtract our 75 political power. There we go. And then we're going to run our war propaganda against the US for that war support. I don't expect this to come up above 0% anytime soon. But now we need to turn decision... How do I spell that? Decision, there we go, no checks back on. Okay, so we've got that war propaganda running now. We're not under the effects of the bug. Well, we are, but we've bypassed the bug, and that looks fine. There are a decent number of American troops out over here, but there are still fewer than I would have expected. Perhaps our submarines are doing their job, and that would be nice. We are not actually advancing over here, and we need to make sure that these guys are, in fact, advancing. Get in there. Excellent. Nuke's still going off in Switzerland, and I like it. That is completely fine by me. Another big lag spike here. I'm not sure what's calculating there. We are continuing to attempt to push into Sweden. We should check in on our infrastructure. So you can see here we are building a lot of infrastructure, and in fact... this is a lot fewer civilian factories than I was expecting to see. But I think a lot of that is because there are... No? Okay. Never mind. Why are we building with so few consumer factories? Do we have a bunch of damaged ones? We may have a bunch of damaged consumer factories. That one is civilian factories. Yep. I'm going to top priority repair those. At least ones that are back in, like, mainland Europe. I would like to get those. Of course, they'll get back online on their own. Eventually. So maybe we should just continue building infrastructure. We can build infrastructure over here, and we want just as much infrastructure as we can create in these regions for multiple reasons. We want resources from the regions, and we want to be able to supply flow through these regions. So we'll get that all queued up. And yeah, I suspect we have a bunch of damaged factories, or just factories that are currently ineligible for use. It's also possible that a bunch of civilian factories that were coming from our client states have moved into going into their military factories. That's also possible. Now, one thing that we could think about... What was I going to say? I've actually completely forgotten what I was going to do there. We are definitely still short on our steel, though, and... That's interesting. I mean, we've lost a lot of steel, but I think we're also getting some supply line raids going on. There's going to be some of that. Overall, though, we're doing well so far. The question is, can we take enough quickly enough to make this work? Because I feel that if we are in a protracted, very long-term battle with these guys that essentially goes into a stalemate, I think we end up losing. So we need to keep being quick and aggressive. And we need to keep knocking additional countries out of the American Union. You can see here that the you can see here that the American Union has sustained losses. We have also sustained losses, particularly in regions like here, as well as in some regions over here, although Asia is not falling as quickly as I expected. Interesting. We control Sumatra and Java and Lesser Sunda. I did not know that we got the majority of Indonesia. That must be something one of our allies did, because I did not order that. Fascinating. That's Russian Federation over there. Yeah. So at this point, as far as I'm concerned, in the American Union, there are two big boys, and that's the USA and the Russian Federation. Right now, our focus is on crushing the Russian Federation, because I believe if we do that, then everything outside of the Americas falls to us. And I don't think the United States of America can hold us off in that situation. So that's why we're pursuing the strategy that we are. But the question is, how long can we keep it up? I mean, if we look at our... That's another big lag spike there. AI is definitely doing something. But if we look at our reinforcements here, we can see we need a lot of manpower. Like, we're currently short 500,000 men to fill out our army. So that's a potential problem. How much are we using for garrison? Still 0 garrison troops. Okay, so asking for garrison troops from our subject nations is still going to be ineffective. Well, we're going to continue pushing into Italy over here. I really want this to get freed up. This guy, I'm going to have this army set to aggressively attack. I want this done. This needs to be finished. The Tuva Independent Republic joined the American Union. I don't think that's relevant. Let's check in on what's going on over here. We're struggling to take this, but that's not a big deal. Like, we're not too concerned about the African theater or the Asian theater right now. We're a little concerned about the American theater, the South American theater, to be precise. And we definitely want to get this taken care of as soon as we can. We are shipping troops over, and it'll take some time for them to arrive through the jungles. I do want to check over here. This is apparently only 15 units that have been assigned over here. Interesting. Regardless, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to combine them with this army. There we go. 36 units, all assigned here. There. Republic of China has called in the Tuva Independent Republic. We're not surprised by that. And as far as these guys go, I do want them to aggressively attack. Republic of Mengjiang joined the American Union as well. So this is all like various Asian theater stuff. We're not too concerned about that right now. The Asian theater is pretty far away from our... Lots of people joining the United States. Okay. Well, I don't think any of these are particularly threatening to us. Yeah, I mean, this is all just stuff we'll have to grind our way over, right? So I'm not too concerned about it. We're going to continue to push in here. And hopefully we'll start to see some big European drops soon. Like, I'd love to see Italy capitulate, but that's not going to be for a little while yet. We are making good progress there. These guys are pocketed, and actually, wipe them out. You two, get in there. We're having some potential supply issues down here. No, just generic attrition. Okay. We do have resistance to occupation. We're not surprised by this. We've taken a lot of land in a short amount of time. Speaking of which, why are we down to 2 operatives anyway? I don't know why we lost an operative slot, but okay. We're going to check in on where we want to be. Definitely here. We absolutely want to be here right now. And this is a decent location as well. We're going to continue to root out resistance in those locations. And we're definitely pushing in on the European borders over here. I want to select anyone that is assigned to this order. And I want to tell them, get in there. So this is, how many units do we have here? Is this the actual full-on armies, or... Yeah, this is the actual full-on armies. So I want to just have, like, this guy come in here. This guy come in here. We're already walking in here, so it will be easy to stack wipe. So we'll just do something kind of like this. Keep him occupied. We'll move in. And yeah, we're going to lose this battle. That's expected. But there we go. Okay, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to see if we can get all of this squared away a bit. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.